Hello. I think we're live. Hey, there it goes. Excellent. And god dang it, the buzz has come back. How's everyone doing? Hope you're doing well. Yay! Hey, Vildank. Exclamation mark honk. Do all the honks. Actually, I'm kind of curious to see how it hears because the other one sounded kind of weird. Think my headphone plug had fallen out, slightly fallen out. Oh boy, OBS is struggling. What is that? Oh, only 7% CPU. Yeah, or at least 7% CPU now. It's not percent anymore, it's percent. I say that because the cable arrived today. So now it's not running through a convoluted set of steps. Oh boy. Oh, holy crap. Keeps coming back. I see. I managed to turn it down, but yeah, it's not good. Supposed to be there's this like front face on the XLR adapter that keeps unscrewing, and it seems to like if I jiggle it oh, I think it just popped then. But yeah, I was just jiggling it, and yeah, it makes the buzzing and the such go away. Anyway, we're back in this thing. Why are you thirsty? Are you out of? Oh, you're somewhat out of water. It's a bit of an issue, but it's for the greater good. And there's plenty more unemployed beavers to replace you. Should you run out of water, but you haven't run out of water, so you at least live for now. It's the beaver who lived. Alright, where are we up to? So we've almost built the dam up even higher. To greater heights than ever before. Probably to the point where I can recklessly raise that up to new heights. Our parashaft is going in, as it do. Let's see. We do need, however, some storage in the form of a small warehouse. Probably somewhere along here, thereabouts. Them there, something such or other. Like right there, and then another one right there. And what those are going to do is they're going to store the wheat and the bread. Hopefully, I'll remember to grab those in time before they get built. That way I can do the things and the stuff that are important. Set the priorities, that's it. I knew it would come to me eventually. And on top of that, we're then going to need a Hoopajoop and a Derpaherp, of which we're going to need to get those connected somehow. And inconveniently, I wanted that to wander down there, which I probably can still actually do. So if I do... Oh, no. Because I was thinking of doing that, but yeah, that doesn't work. Okay, then. I see how it is. You can just go down that way then instead. Yeah. There's a bit of a run the beavers have to do to actually go drop off and pick up the crap, but it's a necessary evil. So how you doing, Veldak, anyway, and Martel? Hope you're doing well, and Videthan. Videthan. I don't know why I run the two together. Just a thing I do. Hope you're all doing well. You had business idea, you can make your own brand of soft drinks. Coca Koala. I mean, there's an opportunity there. It sounds like a definite opportunity. Right, how are you doing for... You're at 12. We're starting to see some beaver statue, campfire. We just need to get the bread and carousel happening. Been up all night playing Space Exploration more and watching better movies than Apex. It's funny. I was actually watching just before a video talking about Wonder Woman 1984 by the Critical Drinker. Hang on. Might be too... No, it's not too late just yet. Get rid of that. Actually want that to be a dam. That was entertaining. Yeah, and this one thing is has no path on it. Of all things. Fortunately, they're really having a bad time building these. Can you beavers like let's build? Let's build? Liz? I would really appreciate that. Yeah, you're pumped up. You're not, but we can. You're not, but we can as well. Hey, Mattel. Heard of Finch, don't think you seen it? Finch. I'm trying to think. I can't picture it. When did it come out? I mean, being Tom Hanks, yeah, it's the sort of thing that can be a bit blink and miss. Oh yes, you're good now. I think... Oh no, I'll just let it go, seeing as though it's going to fill up such a large area. Boop. We'll just keep it going. Yeah, I was watching, the video was Wonder Woman 1984, and it was by the... It was presented by the Critical Drinker. Which is... It's quite a name. It's quite a name for someone who does film reviews. I guess he's trying to borrow from... I guess it's inspired by, I guess you could say, from Red Letter Media, who also, I suppose they also critique movies by copious amounts of drinking. That's very much their thing. Can you not do this? Apparently they can do that one. Apparently they can do that one. There. Alright, now that we got all this crap built, it's our delightful bridge. Clinical Drinker, you like that name? It's a good name, it's clever. I'm not sure if they're actually Scottish or if they are just putting it on, but they seem to be. Okay, that's all that you can give. Okay. Let's just dump more of this then. The more the merrier. Also, detonate time. Bam! It's all dropped down. Right, that's probably a little bit too much water now. Yeah, I think that might have been way too much. Oops! Oops, level 9. Yeah, balls. We have a level 9 oops right there. Hey, it's almost done. It's astonishingly almost done. Cannot believe. COVID update starting next Monday. We don't recognise any tests, only vaccination being... Oh wow. It's just exploding over. And that's letting out again. I don't think it made it down here, so that's alright. I guess I didn't quite... Oh, it's spilling over again, having said that. So I did kind of overcook it a little bit. Only a little bit, not a huge amount. He says. There's half the map floods. Oh, see, it's already dried out again. It was barely a wisp of spillage. War being ill in recent 180 days is it's a fairly open plate there. Right, 1, 2. How many? You got 1 unemployed beaver. Soon to be 2. Thank you, BP Discord. Nothing to do in range. We can fix that for you. We can fix that for you in a hurry. And lumpy game going lumpy. Wow, what's going on there? I dare not alt tab. Holy crap. That's some stutters. What is going on? Tell you what, I'll save that. And dare I alt tab? It's like its frame rate's just... Okay, it's settled down now. Frame rate was just all over the shop there. His phone finally did the green screen thing. Finally, were you expecting it to become life impaired, were you? What are we looking at? 36%. Probably from just the sheer number of things going on. Did I build 4 of these things? I really don't remember. Hey, C. Pressing the C button makes it go crazy. Alright, migrate... Oh, you're down to 6. Migrate population, maybe? Question mark, question mark? I might make this the ultimate water distribution area. District thing-a-majig. So, in that case, we shall not build that, but instead, we shall investigate platforms. How about a big platform? What are you... Oh, it's still 1 too low, astonishingly. I mean, this thing needs 500 blocks, which is a lot. Ping to me in Discord? Ah, that's what that beep was. Seems like a graphics issue. It seems to suggest it's a graphics issue, doesn't it? A green screen. Yeah, that's it's a little bit less than ideal. Yeah, that thing unfortunately is 500. Well, this one's 200 gigas, and the big one is 500. The large metal platform's 500. The trouble is that we really want this to be like that. And that's actually perfect too for this particular faction. 6 is the reach of the Iron Toothen's reach distance. So I kind of tempted to build this thing like that. The deep water pump goes down 6, and this is their signature sort of Kajiga. 3. Oh, that's it. Yeah, so this is what I'm thinking, is just spread a whole lot down there. And then we have like a large water tank here to store the water. What is 2 of those worth? I mean, this thing is going to take some doing to get done. I don't foresee them getting done anytime soon, these large platforms. Well, that's convenient. That's not convenient, however. Neither is the buzzing that keeps going off in my ears. That's also not convenient. What? So 1, 2, 3. And I'm not a... As cool as it would be, I'm not a fan of it. Samsung Galaxy S3, thinking about a new phone. How do you still have an S3? How is that even still working? I mean, I suppose because I had an S2 and stopped you. That's like 2 phones ago for me now. Really remarkable, that is. It's actually still working. But yeah, instead what I'll do is a bunch of barrels like that. It is a Galaxy Nexus, but it's not your primary phone. It is definitely impressive. I'm astonished that it has any life left in it. I'm guessing you would have replaced the battery or something then. Bing. There. Large water tank, large water tank. Oh, it needs more crap. What do you need? You jack up to there. And then your 2s. I mean, using the actual platforms would help make this a hell of a lot less confusing, but I'm too cheap to do that. I'll just make the beavers build this crap instead, like this. Huh, you can actually paint the paths like that. That's didn't expect that. There we go. What was that? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 24, 27, 30. So it's 3,000 water there. Your player in browser just deaded. It said error playback issues through some ID. Yeah, like that was what my S2 was like when I had that. I had to charge that. It was barely lasting a day by the time I got rid of that in 2015. That's the thing that's truly amazing is that I had an S. I suppose the S2 is older. It's like, but it's something like a year older. And mine was technically it was an S2, but it's an S2 4G, which is technically an S3 because it was a quad core instead of a dual core, and it had more RAM. The S2 4G was technically a S3, but it had a different 4G band chip on it. I'm trying to think. I remember this back. I sort of remember this back in the day when 4G first came out. The things like the I was about to say the iPhone, but I think I'm thinking of the iPhone 3G, iPhone with 3G, because it didn't. That's actually another astonishing side tangent is that the iPhone was a 2G phone. It wasn't a 3G phone. That was truly astonishing. Yeah, the iPhone and the Galaxy S3 both had I think it was 900 megahertz 4G. It used 900 megahertz 4G radio, which we don't use here. We use the original 4G was like 1800 and 2200 megahertz. And so the S2 4G, which was unique to here because it had the 1800, 2400 megahertz 4G instead of the 900 or 750 megahertz, whatever the S3 had. Because at the time, the 900 megahertz was used by, I think it was 900 megahertz. I'm pretty sure it was actually lower. I want to say it was actually like 700 megahertz because that was TV spectrum back in the day. I'm pretty sure it was like 700 or something. Although 900 was being used by other stuff too. 900, 950. How are we looking for water also? Fine, I guess. For now. It's a massive increase in performance there just by getting rid of that. Plenty of books for the beavers. Plenty of books there, eh? For the beavers there, eh? If the beavers were going to talk Canadian, that's how they'd talk here, eh? Hey, we're starting to get these done. Yes, we can get around. What are you delivering? Planks, water, and berries. Okay. That is good. Hopefully we'll start building this up before too long. I would like to pump this up as a maple district, further reinforcing the beaver nation, beaverishness of this place. So is that resources technically? Yes. Yes, it is. Do the same for this one as well. Just make the flow a little bit easier. I don't know if they can actually get to that though. Dude, how you doing? How are you? I'm doing pretty good. Things considered. I'm actually pretty awake today too, astonishingly. Astonishingly, I'm actually awake. What do you got? Not a lot. Let's see now. Let's bring A little bit of road here. Not labour. What is it? Housing. And then reading pod. 1, 2, 3. We're going to pause the first two. So they get maple syrup too? I imagine they would. They do like a bit of sweetness, don't they? Those beavers. I mean, the berries are technically a dessert. I don't know if you've seen that. The where is it there? No, not that one. By putting the berries in a basket, the beavers accidentally came up with a tasty dessert. Let that one sink in. How are you doing? 15. Yeah, we're still down on roof. I genuinely don't know how to fix the roof situation, other than just painting more platforms and roofs. Maybe that'll do it. Or do they get a debuff by not having roofs on top of buildings or something? I don't know. Trouble is that it kind of kills a rooftop terrace by not putting them on roofs. I mean, I don't think there's anything stopping me putting them on platforms, having said that. The terraces. Same time, decoration, like that. Yeah. I mean, just for something different too. Maybe they just want something to cover them from the heat. I can't do too high anyway, actually, because 5, 6. I can't cover them too high, because then they can't build the roof on top. 1, 2, 3. Right, let me get. Ooh, hello. I saw that. In you get water. Refill that lake. And with you, you need to drop down there. I think there's only a little bit left, and they're basically going to equalize. I should actually hold off on that because it's giving me extra power down here. How are they building? Hey, they've actually built most of this thing now. Nice. I'm actually getting that done. They got that done as well. We can start progressing along here. I'm going to have to build them one at a time, progressively, so they can actually build them. Like, if I build one, stack them up, they build the first one, they won't be able to build the one behind it. So, and even though they're not supposed to do that, they still kind of do that. Alright. Yeah, they still kind of do it, so I try and play it super conservative. Dig this out. Can I? Am I able to place dynamite under? No. I was able to place it under the bridge, but not these. How are we looking here? Just generally not amazing. I think forester is the way to go. As I say, I need some forestry going on. Do I want forestry here? I mean, I'm already trying to make the other district do it. Maybe I could just have it do a little bit of farming or something. I mean, it's really meant to be a... Getting that done. It's really meant to be like a... Oh, you don't quite reach the end. It's fine. Shall work around. Have multiple foresters, we don't need to... Yeah, I could easily make all of this like forestry or something. I can actually cut that out too. Just giving me ideas. Oh, you've dropped again. I guess I'm just going to drop the floodgate all the way. Well, almost all the way. We need to recover that. 0.6, 0.7 of a day. We'll just water it up again. Yeah, like that. Get it all wet. 74%, 84%. Yeah, sort of turning those. Sort of keeping them turning. While the thing's buzzing in my ear. I'm going to cancel that. I having another idea. So we'll make that a levy again. I think... Just do that. Put the district centre thing, my bobber in there. Are you receiving logs? You are. You're receiving 2 lots of logs. I think this thing's maxed out. Oh, no, it isn't. You can add new routes to there. Give you planks. And also a new route to give you, hopefully, gears. Do we have gears? Not really, no. By the end of January, Amazon will stop accepting Visa cards issued in the UK. Visa, debit cards issued in the UK will continue work. Reason is high transaction costs. Interesting. Admittedly, Visa's always been a bit of a weird one like that. Trouble is, you don't know if the others are subsidizing it on purpose for that reason, to that end. It's actually kind of a strange thing to, when you think about it. It's kind of a foreign concept in a way to be in a... Oh, damn it, I forgot them. Wheat. I told you it was going to happen. Empty and bread. It's never going to get emptied though. These things never empty. Somehow you got 20... It's full of potatoes and carrots now. God damn it. Visa commented that it will reduce options for their customers and no one will be happy. Same Visa which pushed Patreon to ban some of Patreon customers. I thought that was MasterCard. I mean, having said that, they're kind of both doing that sort of thing. So it's easy to mix them up. It's easy enough to mix them up. I might be also confusing the events. I'll also be blowing stuff up. It's fun. I think those need to stay as they are. I think it was both. I keep thinking it was MasterCard comes to mind, but I think yeah, it was actually both. Yeah, we'll delete those. Delete that. Delete the underneathy as well. And then, alright, how much of this can you reach? Can you reach that? No. We don't need the downy bit, yes. We need the, there we go. And then landscaping, dynamite to there. I do need to delete these as well and get them deeper. Or do I? Yeah, I suppose I do. I like the idea of them not actually being that deep. And where they don't completely drain it dry. But it's nice to deepen it to get a bit more water storage out of it. Wondering why the cost of the transaction based on the value of the transaction? It's strange, isn't it? Because normally, it's interesting, because normally small transactions are the highest cost. It's usually like inversely proportional to the cost. You don't have access to logs now, do you? That's a bit inconvenient. Alright, so from what I remember, it was always like the really small transaction that they hated because Like they had to process them and they're basically valueless. One starts with 5, one starts with 4. Pretty much. Yeah, it's fist. Yeah, so it's basically, no matter what the transaction is, it's basically costs the same. Save, thank you. Oh, and while I think of it, more material. So as well as that wire arriving today, so that I don't need, so that you can honk without me having to have everything else turned on. More stuff arrived today as well, which is nice. Yeah, we go. They're building the platforms. This district gate. There. That. That back to. Yeah, some more painting supplies arrived. Hey, Fire Razor. Is the colony safe? Yeah, the colony's very safe. You know what, you just reminded me, I forgot to do something. I forgot to do something very important. That was to post the thing in the Mid-Circuit Discord. Alrighty. It's done. I did see the thing about the thing too, but I haven't actually commented on what I prefer yet too. I need to do that. The thing with the thing, it's a very technical concept. What do we after? Dynamites. There. I'll get that done. Or out of the way. Or both. Oh, we need to unpause too. Are you almost done? You're at 8 out of 20. You done yet? You got your planks, you not got logs though. I need to send some logs over to you. O followed by slash, that changed it to an ooh. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could do slash code emotes. Le log. There. You're gonna need a little bit of your minimum height, aren't you? Yeah. That's basically given it's all it's got. Go. Rehydrate you. I've only got the one tile of floodgate so that I don't overfill. What do we have? 8 days left. 8.4 days. Ooh, it's definitely a long one. Yeah, these rarely do anything, if ever. Right, district, how are you now that we have technically done some stuff? Actually, how are you doing? You're... okay, you're just slowly absorbing gears. Hey, the roof, look at that, 108 out of 117. We're actually getting somewhere. I don't know what happened there. Huh. How long had that been going on for? Hmm. Few more weirdnesses with the setup. Back. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Some minutes? Oh. Hmm. Huh. Yeah, I was saying, what was I saying? Yeah, the slash followed by the O to change emotes I didn't know was a thing. It's still reminding me of uh, the old school emotes, with the colon and the brackets. I don't know if I went through that bit already. Yeah, that was the bit after it. Yeah. Apparently they can. Apparently that one specifically is too far away, but everything else they can do. I don't understand how. I mean, yeah, the new setup's got a few quirks to it. I mean, I can't alt tab out of this game because there's a high chance the computer will blue screen again. Would I actually fix that? But apparently not. Right, get rid of those stairs. Beavers can build those just fine. And that means the mill over here will be able to do things. Yeah, so it's because I'm duplicating the monitor output over DisplayPort to my monitor and then HDMI to the capture card. And it doesn't seem to like that. I mean, it kind of tolerates it, but it doesn't really like it. I wonder if I can turn on GPU scaling. See if that fixes it, actually. I thought about using a splitter, but I haven't seen a splitter that's HDMI 2.0 or 2.1. I've only ever seen splitters that are up to HDMI 1.4. And so, yeah, basically I'd get, for HDMI 1.4, I basically get like 30 hertz refresh rate out of it. It isn't surprising, I mean, HDMI 2.0 is kind of new, and also, uh, they kind of don't want to be copying 4K content, splitting 4K content. Also, HDMI splitters are weird. They are genuinely weird things. Right, 5 days, and we're not looking great in the water department. It's I mean, we still got the odd stonk here and there of water, but yeah, hopefully this thing will now that we've got all three levels up and running. Hopefully, I might actually keep that running. Yeah, look at that, 6 levels. So much water. Homeless 2, adults 2. Unemployed 2. Who's unemployed? Where are you unemployed? Not there, not there. That means you're actually unemployed down here. Yes. Yes, you are. I mean, Pumpy Boy here. Oh, they've actually built the platforms. Can you build these, please? Pretty please? Oh, you're at it. Build that as well. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I'm still trying to think of a way to split the. Wow, that was sort of going crazy there. Having like a disco. Ooh, we're going to be cranking out explosives now. I'm going to slow that down a little bit because we only have 800 supply and we're trying to pull 1700. I'm going to pause you actually. What are you holding? You hold metal blocks and scrap. I might need to, I'm thinking I might need to move that. Hey, and now we get stuff all the way over to there. Yeah, 51%. Look at this giant log thing turning. Is it not a glorious sight? Wherever it's gone, there it is. Look at that. A power shaft that goes through wooden bearings, which aren't exactly known for their low friction. All the way down through here, through a network of gears and more shafts and gearboxes and things. All through more wooden bearings, which I mean, these things also probably don't. The beavers probably don't have any real concept of lubrication, so these things are fighting that as well. It's nice that they didn't implement friction or anything with that. That would just be infuriating. It's probably coming soon, which that means. Oh look, 15. Or was it always 15? I don't know. There's actually a lot of things in this game that are simplified. Like it's not possible to have water over dry land. Ah, you just dried up. Yeah, it's not possible to have water over dry land. There's a few other things. I'm trying to think of what the other things I've noticed is. I'm trying to think. Suppose put that up. I'll build that. That for that matter. The printer's churning away. At least we're down to 2 days. It'd be cool if you could burn cables in Factorio by putting too much power through them. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty amazing. Like, you have a network of small power poles that are able to carry multiple tens of gigawatts without any kind of transformer to step up or down voltage. You're right, there is a mod for that. I've forgotten about that. It's like the explosive oil mod. That's a fun mod. Ah, there we go. Now it's saying it's too far. Now, please don't build those or those. That would be dandy. I gotta wait for them to build them all one by one. Trouble is, I don't really look at those mods because, for the most part, they're really just increase the masochism mods rather than, like, they say this is for increasing realism. It's really just increasing masochism, which isn't really fun. I mean, I suppose it's fun if time is worthless. Heard about the crash during the 100% speedrun. Factory was out of power and production showed billions of yottawatts generated. Later the game crashed. Looks like a random... yeah, interesting. Who did that? Was that an Ephraim's run by chance? Or was it... I hadn't actually heard about that. But yeah, sound suspiciously like a bit flip. Something very random. Yeah, Cosmic Ray speedrun. Wagger. Ah. I'm so out of it on the speedrun community these days. How are we looking here? Oh, you have no workers. Yeah. Can you pump out some beavers for me, please? I might turn these off. Yeah. You can go back to harvesting scrap. Mr. Scrap Man. Metal. I'm going to say another one here too, like that. Three hours in and had autosave. Why would you turn off autosave? I suppose it is kind of saving time. It would save time if you kept autosave off. 0.3 of a day. Because yeah, you lose time every time it autosaves. So it makes sense to turn it off. At the same time, it's 100% run, having said that. Oh yeah, going back to the original train of thought, yeah, some more stuff arrived, so hopefully I've got everything I need. Hopefully I've got everything I need. I must admit that I've spent a fair chunk of money getting all this stuff together to paint some stuff on stream. So I'm kind of hoping it goes well. I mean, and also as a side note to that, there was sort of a hint as to having to work on Saturday too, but I'm really hoping that doesn't happen. I've been pumping up this for so long, for like 2 or 3 weeks now. When did I order them? It was a little while ago. The kits. I ordered them a little while ago, but I've been pumping it up. I don't want to have to go to work on Saturday after pumping it up for so long. Cat jumped onto your chair. Your chair now. Cat's your cat's pet human left this nice warm spot for it. What if I drop you? Can you raise up a little bit? At all? Question mark, question mark? There's an argument too that I could deepen these even further. Poor cat on the back. I mean, it's rising slowly. 0.25, 0.24. I'm basically draining this area out though. Yeah, I could just make this whole area deeper again. It doesn't really help the water over there though. It only just makes water appear more betterer. Day 3, and we're slowly filling this thing up. Where are we at? Oh look, we got the second pump ready. Let's pause those for now. Oh, I'll keep that one going. I was going to keep it going. Levels rising. 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 It's just funny that we're on day 2 and we're only halfway full. Lightbot timer time. Rising. I wonder if this will even make it all the way to the top before the next drought hits. I really hope it doesn't. Hit drought at day 3. I mean, you still get 3 days when you get the warning, but it's still not amazing. Boing. It really just springs back so hard. Okay, you can build that. It's still only just over 3 tiles. It's got a long way to go. A very long way to go. Ring! Hey, it managed to phase it through the single line. What was Beaver Statues? Hey, Beaver Statues is max. We're still struggling on that. At least Campfire and... yeah, they're fine. Carousel and Books is also on the struggle bus. How can we fix that? I wonders. Probably wouldn't hurt to have some book storage. We've got 14 books. I think it might just be a case of adding storage for those. Is he connected? Yeah, you are. The one thing this faction really misses out on is uh, the big super duper big, um, exactly. Why does that sound really weird? Something sounds off about that. Do honk too. Like it sounds merged together. Oh, you know what? I think I know what will be causing that. There it goes. Let's see. Yeah, that's fully stereo. Put settings. Oh, that's only 1 and 2. Output settings. It's stereo. I don't know. Very strange. Can we compose a link to SharePoint document in one of the chats? You open the chat in the browser, kept loading, tab crashed. When you delete it, you can open the chat without crashing, and you post the link again. This time it generated a preview, and you can open chat without problems. When you post the link was no URL visible, clickable, underlined text, and preview never generated. Ugh. Funky SharePoint business, as usual. Right, what are we at? Yeah, we're still raising the water level. Still raising that water level. Can we just dump some water in there? Just get it there, pull the band-aid. I mean, it was predicted that the storage is so big that it doesn't actually fill in. Well, collectively, all the storage doesn't fill in time before the next drought. It's tempting to expand this even further too. Oh dear. Come on, got a little bit further to go. And even this is down. I mean, it probably won't even be able to get down to here. I don't know. Cool. Actually got all your stuff. We're breeding beavers here too. What do you need? You need water to really do anything. I need to see what the good land looks like. Yeah, these barrels are starting to get low. Like these are down. You're down to 1 whole beaver. They're all slowly dying. Hey, Darcy. Doing some work on your Raspberry Pi, eh? You play with Pi-hole? Ooh, that's fun. I haven't really played around with Pi-hole. I actually got another compute baseboard earlier this week too. You reminded me. Another one that I ordered a billion years ago finally arrived. Pi 4? Pi 4 would be pretty good for Pi-hole. I don't know that I'd be able to trust a Pi 3 to do it. Be a little bit underpowered. Or it feels like it'd be a little underpowered for it. 0.7 of a day, and it still hasn't spilled over yet. Interesting how the shading works for something so deep. It sometimes works right, and then sometimes you can actually see it in like the distance there, in the corner there. It's something's wrong with the shading. Yeah. Nope. There we go. Now it's fine. Now it's wrong. You spilling over yet? You got 0.3 of a day to spill over. Please. Please, water. Please. It's that's the one with the composite video port, although they all have composite video port, but they merged it with the headphone jack. Yeah, that's the one. I've got one of those too. I have endless problems getting it to work because it's a different ARM build. Yeah, that didn't actually make it. 17 days, okay. That's not so bad. Okay, get pumping, beavers. Meeting in 3 minutes. I think I'm too busy to attend today. I mean, you got some very important stuff to do here. You got so many honks to do. So what did I say that to? 2. Yeah, I forgot about that. Pretty sure these used to be raspberries too. They were red. Fired up the install app to right. Yeah, it still sounds wrong. Feels like the two channels are merged together. Like there's something wrong with the stereo. Okay, so that's right. You flash the SD card. And Bob's your auntie, apparently. Your auntie's name is Bob. It turns out your Uncle Bob's also a cross-dresser. Alright, let's lower that. Let's let it all rush through. And he appears to be an Apache attack helicopter. Hey, we don't want to spill through there, please, and thank you. Well, ideally we wouldn't want to spill through there, but apparently we are. I have a solution for this. Final solution to the spillway problem. I don't know if it'll work. I mean, it probably won't, but it's a solution. You're at 0.39. Some more water down. I might even just make that a levee. In fact, let's do that. Just make this a levee. Oh, thanks, Nightbot. Again. So they have bathrooms for attack helicopters these days. Yeah, I want to push some water out this way too. Let's keep it going. It's a good thing it's only 17 days. It'll give me a chance to raise it all up. What condiment with fries? Vinegar. Sounds good. Condiment, you don't use them, can get pregnant. Turns out mayo and ketchup. Mayo can be good. It's usually better in the form of tartare sauce. Alright, we're still filling. Nice. Running all the wheels too, so we're getting maximum. Oh, we're only getting 53% power. Oh, right, because those wheels aren't connected. I forgot about that. How are we looking here? We're starting to fill this up. Nice. Alright, I think that'll do for now. It looks like that's also pretty much equalized out. I should build a water marker too here. Yeah, like that. You only can go one high, can you? Yeah. I mean, some dynamite could make it go too high. That would be no problemo. Look at that. See, it makes all of this watered. That's what we want to see. It's exactly what we want to see. We'll run that all the way along there and conveniently connect into this slope. We've put this here. Beavers are grateful. It's interesting, the beavers can't climb sheer cliffs, which I'm pretty sure they can in the real world. Cheddar sauce for me, tasty mayo or curry sauce. Central European only. Yeah, I don't recall ever seeing that at a Mickey D's. Next, power log. Still out of reach? Or still in reach? Alright, now we get to play the tedious game of connect the log. Ah. Come on, log. Ah, balls. I did it again. Every damn time. Yes, if other option is mayo. Mayo is just basically turn to better with mayo by itself. It's just blank Yeah, mayo is just a blank canvas. Log, it's heavy, it's big, it's heavy as wood. That was a Ren and Stimpy thing, wasn't it? Oop, crunchy crunch. I never really got into Ren and Stimpy. Wasn't my thing. The the dude who came up with Ren and Stimpy is admittedly also, shall we say, a character. Yeah, I never liked it. It was, I suppose it is a bit of an acquired taste. Crunchy, crunchy again. I'm jiggling the headphone jack, the microphone jack. Sorry, because he had a lot of problems with The Simpsons. He hated it. I remember that. He was quite outspoken critic of, of The Simpsons. Definitely doesn't have anything to do with Simpsons kind of overshadowing Ren and Stimpy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Vaguely remember that one. I'm trying to remember who had Ren and Stimpy. I think it was Channel 7. I mean, that's also part of the problem. Channel 7 having cartoons. They were never very good at that. God damn it, what's going on? Channel 7 had Futurama originally too, and they definitely treated that well. I think it started out at like 7:30 and it very quickly got relegated to the graveyard slot at like midnight. Half the battle with Futurama was actually seeing it on TV. Hang on. I did it again. I kicked the thing. I was starting to ramble about stuff. Graveyard slot was the issue with SG1. It was too, yes. SG1 kept descending further and further back into the night. I think there was like the Golf or something also tended to push it back too. But yeah, speaking of TV shows, back in the day, Farscape still takes number one place for being totally disregarded. It started out live as a 3:30 in the afternoon show, and then every week following, after a certain it slowly descended further and further back, and then after a certain point, it just was never in the same time slot from one week to the next for its entire run. Done in Australia? I don't know. I thought there was like one Australian actor on it, but otherwise no. It's funny seeing clips of it now. It's a wonder you'd never got motion sickness watching it. It's just constantly swaying side to side, and it's like it's a 40-minute long show, wasn't it? 44-minute, hour-long show. I think it was an hour-long show, and the thing's just swaying, rolling left to right, up and down, swaying about like it's a edgy mid-90s music video. Two shows you really liked but had very short runs because the networks was Firefly and Clark's, the animated series. I never understood the hype around Firefly. Maybe it's another one that I just didn't quite get. Actually, another one that having said that, a show that I did enjoy but had a short run was Dark Angel. That was a good show. Very original. Original idea at the time. Australian American sci-fi, yeah. Okay. Amazon buying MGN after acquisition is finished. Hope Amazon will finalize it. Ooh. Finance it, sorry. I mean. Yeah, 9 Network. Yeah, Channel 9 had it, and then they didn't know what to do with it. Idiots. But Channel 9 was good at that. Channel 9's Murdoch, what do you expect? It's not the football, so... or the cricket, so they don't know what to do with it. Yeah, do you remember Dark Angel? That was good. Lurks back into chat, the Kiwi does, eh? I actually sort of been cruising here for the minute, not really doing anything. You slunk back down to 13, probably from lack of carousel poisoning. How are you doing? You're slowly getting gears. I could turn more of these on. What are we doing? Planks. We do have a lot of planks, so I might just pause one of them and start up a gear workshop. In Canada before America. Yeah. Actually reminds me, there was a Canadian show, or Canadian produced, Reboot. That was up and down, but it was kind of cool. You're dried up. At least these refilled. What are we looking here? Yeah, slowly but surely. You're probably all dead now, though. Yep. I think you might have headed to bed, Kiwi tired. Ooh, an hour earlier than usual. Alright, have a good one, Spellmaster. Claudia Black's Aussie? Yeah. Although, I say yeah as if I know. I barely. I'm not one for actor trivia, so I barely know. Unless it's something mind-numbingly obvious like Russell Crowe. Which is one of those things where you sort of get beaten over the head with it. Clear out the explosives factory there. Yeah, and we'll consolidate the manufactorium here. And Rebecca Black is an American. Yes. Yes. I mean, yeah, good for her. I guess. That's the thing, though. Like, it wasn't a published song, so like it was just a vanity project. She just wanted to make a song, and she had rich parents, and so she just had a song produced. It was, as far as I'm aware, it was never released into the charts. Came up an error. Tube censored you or an error. It's could go either way there. Do you need planks? I think I'm starting to think that we have a need for hauling, and I've been sort of ignoring it. Where the balls can I put this thing? There, I say. How are we doing for, yeah, 7. Right, come build this, please. Please and thank you. Might actually do a builder's hut as well, just for good measure. Do I have any other builder's huts in this area? I do. Well, let's find out. The easy way to find out is look for builders. I don't see one. District center. We're out of 20. And builder's hut wouldn't hurt. I don't know where I want to put it though. That's the thing. Just having a little bit of extra helping hand to do things would be good. Spelling is an actress too, played in Beverly Hills 90210. She was neither good looking and neither had any acting skills, just father was the producer. I went to high school with Monica Lewinsky. Thought just the country had problems that TV changed to selling products section rather than cartoons. Yeah, it's fairly universal. That problem. I suppose at least we don't have we don't get bombarded with drug commercials here. I've heard about that over in the US, but I've never, I don't really, I'd have to, the sort of thing I'd probably have to see for myself to fully appreciate it. I don't actually know from what little, and then going more around the world, from what I've seen of European TV, it's all, it seems like it's all just really unironic variety shows, which is supposed to be, you know, semi-comedy, semi-entertaining. It's actually kind of amazing to looking back on it now, how many cartoons were all about just outright selling merchandise back in the day and you didn't even realize it. I mean, apart from the obvious He-Man type stuff, but even Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like that was big, and yeah, that was pretty good with the merchandising. 5.6 days, and we're getting a little low on the old water. I kinda don't want to release any more water from here, because I would like, 1 point... Hmm, 1? 1? Can I have 1? Drop that. I suppose it's still higher than what it was before. So there is that. Raspberry Pi is super slow. Might have to read. As I was saying, a Pi 4 would probably be really good for that configuration, whereas a Pi 1 might be a little slow. You want Skippy TV show in the early 90s here? It aired on weekend mornings when the kids would get up and the parents were still asleep. Yeah, one of those shows. My favourite was still Skippy and the Atomic Bomb. Unfortunately, that wasn't a canon Skippy episode. Do I watch anime? I'm not an anime fan. Alright, let's raise that back up to 2.5. Make that 0.5 be 1. Cut you off. Let's bring it all the way up. Bring it forward. There we go. And water all the dead crops. Yeah, I've never been big on anime. Same with oh yeah, speaking of merchandising, Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon, those were, I guess you could say those were the Japanese take on the American style mass, just really super aggressive merchandising. Like Dragon Ball Z basically exists. It was a complement for the. It's like the merchandise was the main attraction, and the show was just the ballast. It was the secondary thing. Although I believe that's like it started out life as an actual card game. So it's kind of exists in this weird sort of land where it's a card game come TV show come merchandise. Card game, so there's already merchandise, becomes TV show, becomes more merchandise. Transformers and He-Man. Yeah. Oh yeah, Transformers too here. Yeah, there was another one I was trying to think of and couldn't remember, but yeah, I remember those. I remember those cartoons as well, vaguely. Again, Transformers was not my thing. Not really my thing. I actually vaguely remember, you know, everyone raves about Captain Planet, but the true one is Widget the World Watcher. True one. I'm pretty sure that one predates Captain Planet too by a few. Like it came out. It came out a few years before. I had this vague recollection of another one before that called Smoggies, but that's before my time. And I've heard a few people remark that as well. Because that's supposed to be like the original eco cartoon, the Smoggies. That's mid 80s, I think. Hauling post. I did have another hauling post. Ah well, at least we pump up the jobs for the beavers. And then beavers work. Favorite is Looney Tunes? Oh yeah, the ever-present Looney Tunes. What was it? Tiny Toons and Animaniacs. Both amazing. Those were sort of the edgy 90s reboots. Looney Tunes. The Anvil Tiny Toons, the Anvil song. Actually, that's in both of them. There's the Anvil song, which is the whole symphony thing with Plucky dodging anvils constantly falling to the 1812 overture, I think it is. No, that's at the end. It's it's something else that's to the I can't think of what it is. And then after surviving eventually barely surviving the anvils, he has the 1812 overture where he's running away from cannons. uh, Classic. That's also the one with Tutu go down the hole. Didn't really get into it. Yeah, it's Animaniacs and Tiny Toons. The formula did wear thin eventually. Very formulaic. Particularly towards the end of Animaniacs' run, it became very repetitive. Like you could predict the sequence of what they would do eventually. It would just become this thing where they just, they would set the scene, then they would antagonize, and then escalate, and it'd be back and forth, and then they would move to a scene, and then antagonize, escalate. The Flintstones, yeah, and wasn't a huge watcher of the. I was indifferent to the Flintstones. Flintstones was on at a weird time though. It was on at the same time as the news, and when the news is on, that means you can no longer watch the TV. So I generally didn't really get to see the Flintstones. Just watch Power Rangers. Oh yeah, same. I think about 3 years ago reminds you of it. It was bad. It's amazing how campy and cringy that show is now. It's yeah, it's really campy and cringy. But I guess it works. It works for the young mind. 1.25. Yeah, 1 day to go. I guess the one thing that I'm really losing out having this large surface area is a lot of evaporation. I don't know what the evaporate. I've never really looked into the evaporation rates. 0, but you are getting baby beavers. I think this was the one with the your extra beaver. Seemed campy and cringy when it was first airing. Yeah, I could see that happening. Czech version of Skippy, the intro song. There's also the text copyright. The MCMLXVII. I got a Brain's got a. That's 68. Yeah, that show is ancient. I was actually thinking that show was on and that came out. That's actually older than I remember. I was thinking it was 70s. But yeah, it's an ancient show. Same with the Paul Hogan show. That's 70s. That's full on 70s. Paul Hogan here is a 70s comedian. And found 80s fame in the US. So by the 90s, he was basically done. Some of the sketches that he did were funny. It's still funny, but some of them are a little on the nose by modern tastes. What are you receiving? Just planks and gears. No, just planks. You have already received some gears. Alright, water. Can you please replenish our puddle, please? We need the puddle replenished. Doing here. Back to 14. Books. These two are going down again. I don't really. Right, let's unempty that. Let's mark you for scrap metal and blocks. And then you are going to be purely for books. Hopefully we can get rid of the other garbage eventually. Let's get a pie 4. Actually, a Mac Mini's probably better. But yeah, the original Pi always had performance problems. That was one of it. That was really its Achilles heel, as it just wasn't. That Broadcom chip, it's an ARM6. It's just not powerful enough to really do anything significant. Yeah, that was the problem with the original Pi. It was a cool thing, but it just didn't have the processing power. It just didn't have any balls. I constantly ran into those problems with it with mine. It was kind of a neat toy, but you really couldn't do anything with it. And not long after the Pi 2 came out, and so kind of made the whole thing worthless. See, I never got I don't feel like I ever got any value out of my original Pi. I was actually thinking, the follow-up workbench thing, if we're going to do train things, is I could make there's a digital controller you can make using a Pi, and I could make one of those using a Pi, and have it control trains. Bought it for like 75 bit. Damn. You mean to do more with the Pi 3s you have? Yeah, I finally committed to a compute. I got a Pi 4 and a regular Pi 4 and a Pi 4 compute, and I think I'll use the compute. I might actually use the compute for the train controller. I'll do one with the regular Pi and then do it with the compute or something. But I would like to do other things with the compute because I can do fun stuff with the PCI Express bus on that. And I'd like to play around with that. That would be nice. Are we spilling over yet? No. Because why? Why would we ever want that? Still rising. It's T3 at least, and it's almost spilling over though. So we should be able to completely replenish everything finally. You know what? I'm gonna pause all of these and try and preserve this water more so than I normally try to. And on top of that, I'm thinking is we delete 1, delete 2, delete 3, and then we delete 4. Then we go to landscaping. We just go black, blah, blah, and blur. Blur is a technical term too, if you didn't know. Technical term for just all of the dynamite. Just all of it. And more. Can. Please don't. Oh, damn it. I was hoping it wouldn't do that. So much water, and yet just goes so little far. Yes. Get rid of that too. It's so close to spilling over. That. So close to going over the top. Come on. Czech and Slovak Film Festival in Australia. It's supposed to be a well-established regular event for 26 days. Happens in Sydney. I didn't even know that was going on. It's probably the Slav Film. I imagine it's just the Slav Film Festival. I like how it's Shek and Slav, though. Can't, I suppose you like to distinguish yourselves from the, there it goes. Distinguish yourselves from the Serbs and the Croats. 2 days ago when it's finally spilling over. Unfortunately, it's still got to fill this one. Go team, you can do it. Oh, where's the district center? It's starting to get into the red. Starting to get into the red. Getting into there might be a bit problematic. Actually, down there and across there like so. Yeah. Oh, we need to get this built anyway. You like short on planks or no? 600. Oh. Okay. It's got wooden planks. Wood and planks, I mean. 0.6 days and we're filling this up. Thankfully it will fill up quicker. SBS, Herring Rifle, check mini-series called Rats. Crime Thriller. Ooh. Have a peek at that. But yeah, SBS is a kind of station that does that sort of thing. I forgot what it's called. There was a German crime show that SBS loved for many years. It was this detective and his dog. Yeah, I can't think of what the show was called though. Yeah, it was German. It sort of has SBS sort of has this reputation for the French and German very sexually explicit films. Rex, that's it. Yeah, we got that. That was quite the regular on SBS. Yeah, so SBS is, I don't know what best describes it. It's well, officially it's ethnic television, but it's meant to cover all ethnicities within Australia. So it presents a lot of shows in from other countries. It also shows news from other countries too. In the morning, it actually goes through this whole list of basically every country's news, and their local news is syndicated on it. So this like 6 a.m. is like German news, then French news, Spanish news, Russian news, Chinese news, Korean news, Vietnamese news, and it goes on like that for hours. And yeah, and then you have all sorts of movies from, as I say, French, German, Italian, whatever. Um, what else? I'm trying to think. Oh, we have a bit of a spillover. We have a bit of a spill. The drought has started. We've only just started getting the water replenished, and we're already hitting drought time again. Series is Medal from Austria getting used to being blamed for Austrian things. You should reckon to your Sky News Australia seems to broadcast. Yeah, Sky News is basically local Fox News. It is effectively local Fox News. It's only probably a little bit more. Oh, you're not even probably going to fill up, are you? Did we get the height mark? Depth marker? Yeah, we did. 0.13, 0.14. Yeah, Sky from the outset's been terrible. I think British. It's somewhat inherited from British Sky News, which is also terrible. Yeah, it's a cable-only show. Sky is cable only, cable satellite only here, and no one has satellite. Well, at least in urban areas. I think you can get satellite in regional areas. That's also stupidly expensive. Two. Yeah, 0.12 is all it's going to give. What are we at? 26, 27 days, something like that. It's a fair whack. The thing I like about Sky is the F1 coverage. I didn't even know they did that. Then again, that's the actual Sky channel, not whereas here I believe it's just a news network. Yeah, it's here it's foaming mad right-winger stuff. Although the pressure's been on to sort of pull them in line lately. $9.37. Yeah, got advances. I'm not sure how. Oh, 15. Nice. Yeah, tribute to ingenuity. So each one of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I guess these are kind of 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm not actually sure what the maximum is, the maximum number. I'm guessing 18. But it's been tweaked a bit. Like they split up the rooftop terrace and the campfire. I don't know why I click on the temple specifically. Books has always been really hard to satisfy, even though always do tend to have a decent stock of it. Since when you can live stream, seems that's what YouTube can. YouTube lets you stream up to 4K. Would you believe? I kind of push it a little bit. The bitrate's a little low. It's only 7.5 megabit for 1440, which is a little on the low side. It really should be like 12 or 15, but I have trouble pushing that much consistently without dropping frames. But yeah, YouTube goes to 4K. It actually goes to show you how far behind Twitch actually is. It's crazy. Because they're still in like 720 land. Actually, if you actually look as far as tech goes for Twitch, it's really stuck in like 2012, 2013. It's never advanced. Let me see 1080. Yeah, I mean, there's not much. It is, like going from 1080 to 1440 is increasingly difficult. It is harder to do, both in terms of processing power and upload. Like my upload barely handles 1440, but it's nice to be able to do it. Iker actually streams at 4K. Yeah, he's got the upload to do it. It looks amazing. Ooh, I really want to detonate it, but I don't want to kill the beavers at the same time or make a little island. Also, those are kind of annoyingly not got explosives not rigged up. Well, we can't get 480 from Twitch any higher and constantly buffers. And yeah, the backend CDN is really good, but at the same time, well, it used to be good, but it seems to be getting progressively more janky as time goes on. I feel like, just as I say, like it feels like it's really stuck in 2013, and it really shows. It really does show. Oh, that was actually meant to be a big warehouse. Yeah. I'm starting to get it done. Chicken PC, I can handle it. I actually had to really get it to work, I had to set up one of my old PCs as a stream PC. My PC kinda struggled to do the 1440 and play games at the same time. Tweak settings per video getting higher than 480 on YouTube. Seems to be hit and miss. Like there are days where I can't really reliably get over 480, and sometimes it's fine. Very strange. Very hit and miss. I'm actually now tempted as another workbench thing is to make a new headphone thing. Hopefully one that doesn't hiss and buzz and just generally piss me off. I'm so sick of hearing crackling and buzzing in my headset. That was part of the reason for changing to the external interface, was because I was sick of the electrical noise coming through the sound card. Because I was just using the front panel jacks, which is probably not the best. And yeah, I was just over the noise. And now I've switched to this thing, and it's still giving me noise problems. So maybe I will make my own thing eventually. Figure out how to do it. Well, actually, I broadly know how to do it, but I'll drop like a circuit or something, and maybe we can 3D print an enclosure for it and make it a project. Trouble is, I can't show you drawing the circuit. Because I can't show the... Unless I do it in like KiCad or something. And I really don't want to do that because I really dislike that program. That campfire in particular is just really tweaking out there. Yeah, that could be another little exercise. Need to add it to the list. And speaking of lists, I really need to make a list. So it is. I mean, it's not as bad as Eagle. Eagle is just like being beaten over the head with a hammer trying to use it. Like if you compare it, when you go from any of those free, or the free sort of hacker community programs over to like Altium or Mentor, it's just light years of difference. It's insane. It really is. Like you go to Altium and it's like suddenly it's easy to do things. Tried Eagle too, yeah. I actually heard a story about Eagle. Because Element 14 slash Farnell, the company, the electronic distributor company, they actually bought out Eagle for a while because they wanted to integrate it into their system. They wanted, like, it'd be a one-stop shop. You draw schematics and circuits, and then with the Farnell integration, you can order and sync components. RS Components did that, and I think Mouser has sort of done that as well with Autodesk. I don't know what RS did it with. I think they have got their own. They got another thing as well. But anyway, apparently when they bought it out, they tried to guide them, modernize it, and shift the direction. And the Germans were just absolutely unwilling to make any changes. Like the resistance to any kind of change was phenomenal. They were doing it their way and only they were having it their way and only their way. And strangely enough, suddenly it's changed hands again. It's owned by it's part of Fusion now. Fusion 360. Let's just trim that up a little bit too. Thinking. Yeah, it's just funny to hear that. As I say, I don't know. I think, and because I don't know if they have since changed much of Eagle. It seems to have changed a little. Like in Fusion, it seems to have changed at least a little bit. So maybe Autodesk was able to impose some kind of change. I'd be surprised though. That's It'd be a shocker if they managed to change their direction. Eagle was always the clunkiest thing in the known universe. Yeah, in Eagle you couldn't just arbitrarily draw tracks and so on. You had to start and end on like a component. It made drawing PCBs just excruciatingly difficult. It also was difficult to change stuff on the fly. It was just painful. I believe KiCad inherited a lot of that stuff. KiCad? KiCad? I call it KiCad. Trying to think, there was another one. I can't remember what it's called. There was a third one. There was Eagle, KiCad, and then there was another one. Also, this is ready. Blowy up your time. Also laggy time. Super duper laggy time. I tell you what, because that was so fun, let's do it again. It's one of the free one you try. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of it. I think the one you tried was probably the one I'm thinking of. It's a little bit more water. That much water? How are we doing here? Ooh. Hey, it's got gears. I actually delivered all the gears to it. Spilling water into here. There's an argument this is really just unnecessary evaporation. Eh. 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 Get there? Yeah, you can get there apparently. Alright, how are you looking? 100% efficiency. Hey, look at them spin. Spinning like they never spin before. Wondering about expanding the forestry. This community over here is kind of being forgotten. I guess they're doing their thing. They're doing their best. I appreciate that this beaver has gone all out, above and beyond, to deliver dynamite. But one campfire is still freaking out. You've drained all that you can possibly drain. Kind of silly. Just ends up doing it's an Inkscape. You can't generate Gerber file. Yeah, that's kind of a problem. What was that other one called? Yeah, you want to like. You're not allowed to dislike anymore. YouTube says so. Actually, that's a question. Because we're just about to end. Did I fix this? Did I fix this? 11 a.m. I think that's 10 a.m. now, isn't it? And 10 p.m. On Saturdays, isn't it? And then 3, I think it is. 3 p.m., 3 a.m. I have to check. Yeah, it is meant to be 10 a.m. Doing well, if you're happy etching. Yeah, I've done many boards where myself etched. It can be. Have to check. I see what you did there. Sometimes it can be a bit of a drain. Once you go through the whole motions, prepping everything, getting the transfer, the mask right, etching, finalizing, and then drilling. Stuffing up drilling is always hurts. Especially if you break a drill. Drilling was always a bit of a pain because you have to really fatten up the pads enough to make sure there's enough meat left over. If trying to think of it, I think the bare minimum was like 0.8 millimeter diameter pads. Anything less, and you really risk there just not being enough pad to work with. Because unplated pads solder differently to plated pads. Plated pads you can have like almost no pad on the surface, and it still solders fine because it sticks down through the plated surface. Yeah, lifting pads or having the pad lift while soldering because there's so little surface area, you just instantly disintegrate the glue. Yeah, it's just potentially destroying the pad with the drill for the most part. One thing I've never attempted is a double-sided etched PCB. I've never done that. I sort of vaguely have an idea of how it's done, but yeah, I've never done it myself. Huh. I thought I saw a beaver without water. Oh no, you got water. You don't have berries though. Yeah, you need good alignment, and you also. It depends on how you've done the board, but you potentially need if you do it with V if you do it with vias, then you need these little press-in vias to actually make it work. But if you're really crafty about it, you can avoid vias and use through-hole components to act as vias. This account has 187,000 dislikes. Your video about hiding dislikes, 15k likes, I don't see any dislikes. I still like the idea that they did it just in time for the YouTube rewind, for everyone to dislike that. Because they're sick of everyone disliking it. Sploosh. Can explosive. We got one explosive. We're building them as we're placing them, eh? Section dropped out for a minute. Didn't they cancel everyone for good? I didn't know that. Did they? No good, that dropped out. Beep boop. 3135 843. Alright, let's take it back up. That'll do it. Yeah, I really wish there was some automation behind this. I kind of hate constantly just finagling it up and down. It just gets irritating after a while. I wonder if I could expand. Oh, I have to. I have to levy that. What I was thinking was I could expand and have this cover all around here and have this spill over and then over there, but I'd have to levy all that. And that's effort. You send wood to District 1 and District 2. You're down to 2 beavery dues again. Uh-oh, who died of hunger? You lot died of hunger, didn't you? Jerks. They're all dying of hunger here. Yeah, they're all dying of hunger. Pains. Look at them all rushing for food. I have a solution for this. I have some... not those. These. Blueberries, like that there. And then, if someone were to kindly work here, or not, work here, not, or work here, there you go. That wasn't so hard now, was it? If anything, that was mind-numbingly difficult. Then they won't have food problems anymore. I think this thing's overfull too. Yeah, it is. Let's get rid of planks. Storage, small warehouse. They need a bit of warehousing. Make it a big warehouse, actually. Just have a random warehouse to store all their crap. If only it didn't need a lot of logs and planks. This place low on... It is! This place is low on berries. Wonder. In that case... Yeah, you got all the berries. I mean... Yeah, why not? We can send the grilled potatoes over. Check YouTube's API. It allows you to watch new vids from YouTube creators' channel and automatically dislike the video and post a comment from them. Use adblock. Nope, they're all dying of hunger. Alright, what are you delivering today? Berries, apparently. Yes, build that for me. Sound like you're short on planks. Okay, you've dropped down again, so we shall drain this. Oh, you're at 1.5, so we'll drain down to 1. That'll drain this area and probably make them happy. Ooh, look at that. We has an area that we can detonate. Which I really want to detonate. Too low? Oh. I'm sad now. That's just depressing. That's like literally the worst. No, because it's an actual building. I should have checked that first. Oh well. That's shame on me. Yeah, we hit bedrock. I didn't actually check to see how low it was. I thought it was a tile. I still had a tile to go, but no, that's it. Alright, we'll build these pumps and then we can not have to worry so much about overflow. As an added bonus, we run these at almost 100%, because occasionally the wheels will turn. Occasionally. Yeah, look at that, draining out nicely. Getting that scrap. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. So much water, much water. You don't have workers. Don't have the workers. Apparently. You don't have workers. Oh, because you don't have berries. We're going to have to get rid of those then. Well, you're on your own. You're on your own, District 2. I mean, you're almost in the grave anyway. How about get this district to pick up the slack on berries for now. I can send the berries over there. Try to make money, but they're bad and they blame everyone else in the end. The crops platform and aim is safety and giving a voice. Unless they have something new up their sleeve in terms of the algorithm. Something that's transcended beyond the dislike button, because for the longest time they've always said that the boost buttons do the same thing. So they basically don't need the dislike button. It also doesn't help, thinking about it, that there's also an angle that they kind of, in the early days, and because the YouTube never really dealt with the problem properly, disliking videos always significantly hurt a video's reach. Like, a dislike just kills it, used to kill it. A few was it like 1 in 20 dislikes? Or was it 1 in 50 dislikes? It was some absurd ratio. Would absolutely destroy its reach. And so everyone became afraid of dislikes. And yeah, YouTube never really addressed that problem. I think it's for recommendation. Yeah, I think that their recommendation is starting to transcend the whole like dislike, and that they don't really need it anymore. I suspect that's what's going on. Well, that reminds me too, thinking about the Apple thing, actually, it actually occurred to me, I wonder if Apple has realized there's business in the parts brokerage, because they've locked down their supply chain for their parts so tight. Now they could potentially come back as a parts broker. I don't know if it really benefits them though, because they don't want to deal with the everything that comes with parts brokering. Because it is kind of a pain. And I've not got anything. Who's unemployed? Where are you all unemployed? Oh, you're all unemployed over here. You've been pooping out babies like nothing else. Let's move them over to District 1. Get these things get them on the pump. What are they doing over here in general? Oh, they got the grilled potatoes. Yeah, it's an interesting sort of position it's in, because from, as I was describing, from where I see it, was always it became this thing that everyone feared. Was the dislike count was always something people feared, and as I say, like, YouTube never really addressed the underlying problem of it. I guess this is them still not addressing the problem correctly, because they conditioned everyone to not understand how the dislike button even works. Yeah. I got 3 adults. There you go. You're not accomplishing a lot over there. Really not. You don't need those planted. 8.5 days to go. Yeah, I guess you could say that it's. I guess it is reasonable to say that getting rid of the dislike is YouTube still not addressing the underlying problems of the dislike button and its history, the history of the dislike button. Because yeah, like back in 2010, even before 2010, 2009, around that time, there were groups that would go around dislike bombing videos, And it used to be a way to get channels deleted. Was to, if you dislike enough videos, you could get a channel deleted. You get the community strike. I think they actually mentioned that too in one of the reasons as why is that people do that. It's like that is not a new thing. That is more than 10 years old. That is a more than 10-year-old problem. And it's and yeah, actually, it's, if they, I'd have to check to see if they did mention that because I don't know for sure. But if they did, that is again further that is a further insult. It's just to show how tone deaf they were to that problem. Still dislike bomb, just not visible. Oh yeah, you've always been able to dislike bomb. It just doesn't have the same effect it used to. But as much of an effect as it used to. But it's still like the fact that they never admitted the problem in the first place all those years ago. It's kind of disappointing. I say kind of disappointing. It's outright disappointing and kind of outrageous. And when I say kind of, I mean it is. Also, it's 10:07, which means it's that time. Which means that's it for Timberborn for this week. The dislike bombing is just a minor issue. It used to be a massive problem. You could get, as I say, you could get channels suspended when you dislike bombed back in the day. But yeah, that is it for today. And this week. We won't be on tomorrow, but we will be back on Saturday. Hopefully with some wagon painting, of all things. Really looking forward to it on the workbench. Yeah, 8 a.m. Australian time, 2 p.m. Pacific time, I think that's wrong. And 10 p.m. Central European time. I really need to... Oh, you got nuked by Nightbot. But yeah, thank you very much for watching and hanging out. And yeah, we'll see you guys on Saturday. Make sure you follow on Twitch. And bye-bye for now. Also, make sure if you follow if you're not subscribe if you're not already.